Welcome, episode number 257, Tommy Maroon Sports Show, right here on WCTV. Best place to watch all your favorite shows. And we got to talk about the Cleveland Guardians because their season's still going, folks, still going. Courtesy of that dude right there, Lane Thomas. You talk about a man who's heating up at the right time. 2 home runs, 9 RBIs, including that dramatic grand slam back in Game 5. We'll show some highlights from Game 5 in just a bit. And a 3-run homer in Game 1, plus a 280 average. And I mentioned Jose Ramirez is doing pretty good. 2 home runs, 4 RBIs, and 1 stolen base. Then you have Brian Rocchio, 435 average, a 1.132 OPS. That's pretty impressive. So we're 10 hits. I believe that leads the Guardians in October. Cade Smith has appeared in 6 games on relief. Leads everybody with 14 strikeouts and has a .080 opponent average. That's pretty impressive. Taron Bybee has gone 10 innings and 3 starts and has not gone more than 5 innings. Hasn't even eclipsed 5 innings in any of his starts. 4 walks, 11 strikeouts. Matthew Boyd, 10 strikeouts, a .208 average and a 0.00 ERA. Series recaps. Of course, we talked about the Tigers. Unfortunately, things aren't going that well for the Guardians against the Yankees. Nope, sir, they are not. Game 1 was a 5-2 loss where we saw Giancarlo Stanton, Juan Soto hit home runs in the game. Solo shots to be exact. Joey Cantillo was struggling immensely. Oh my goodness, it was bad. 4 wild pitches. 4. That accounted for a lot of runs being cashed in. And 2 of them to be exact. But 2 more than what could have happened. Game 2 was an ugly game on both ends. Oh, you God, yes. And it looks like the Guardians' roast might be ruined for now. But the series shifts back to Cleveland. And Brian Rocchio dropped an easy sky-high pop fly. And not to mention the fact that Aaron Judge homered. But Jose Ramirez homered. It was way too little, way too late. Came in the 9th inning and resulted in a, 6-3 loss instead of a 6-2 loss. Guardians were stranding a golly ton of runners on base. It was not good. They did the same thing in Game 1 as well, if I'm not mistaken. And tonight it's Matt Boyd going on the mound. That dude right there, number 16. He's going up against Clark Schmidt for Game 3. And then Game 4, it'll be Gavin Williams against Luis Gill. Game 5, if it's a Game 5, we don't know who it's going to be. But as the series goes to Cleveland with first pitch coming up at 5 p.m., one can only hope that this will be the result of something good for the Guardians. It's Games 3, 4, and 5. That'll be in Cleveland. There may or may not be a Game 5. But if there is a Game 5, it's Saturday at 8. And, of course, Friday, which is tomorrow, Game 4 will be at 8 p.m. as well. So let's pray the good Lord that the Guardians can get some momentum of some sort going. Because right now the Tigers have sucked the life out of them. Anyways, Tommy's picks time. First things first. High school football, you see the story right there. 120-40 on the season. That's not shabby. Highland did Highland things and beat Revere on Thursday, 41-0. Copley beat Barberton on Thursday as well, 48-27. Amherst took down Elyria easily, 44-10. They were my lock of the week. Barberton was my upset. Avon 49, Midview 10. McKinley beat Lake 35-21. Walsh continuing to prove that they might be one of the best teams in the state. 63-21 win over NDCL. Hoban took down Glenville after a rough loss last week, 20-zip. Mentor's still 8-0. They're still undefeated. 45-14 win over the Devils of Brunswick. Cleveland Heights shut out Medina. What's going on with the Bees? I don't know. What I do know is that the Bees are 2-6 on the season and not looking that sharp. Hudson, they're starting to catch fire now. They beat Nordonia. Nordonia's second straight week with a 1-point loss. Ooh, that's rough. What is rough is also to be a Perry Panther because they lost to Hoover 27-10. North Royalton starting to pick up some steam. They beat Twinsburg 21-14. Wadsworth took down Stowe 49-23. Aurora beat up on Roosevelt 49-14. And Ursuline beat VASJ 24-17, not 54. That would have been crazy if that happened. Kenston. The Bombers beat Riverside 31-14. Beavers go to 4-4. Chardon beat Mayfield 31-7. Olmsted Falls beat Avon Lake in a shootout 43-37 in double overtime. And then Strongsville scored 50. Shaker Heights not anything. North Ridgeville 42. Berea Mid Park 33. D3 football time. Oshkosh beat Lacrosse in a highly anticipated showdown 34-33. Platteville won over River Falls 28-7. Mount Union beat up on Wilmington to nobody's surprise 78-19, which is something you may not even see in men's basketball or women's basketball or basketball of any sort in college basketball. Wow. Harlan Simmons beat Mary Harding Baylor 44-23. Whedon beat Illinois Wesleyan my upset 42-21. Wartburg, my lock of the week, was a safe bet 70-21 win. St. John Fisher 52-6. BW, we took down Irvine by more than the Evil Empire. I just like to say that out loud. 36-7. Kenyon beat Hiram 27-7. Rowan beat TCNJ 36-22. Muskegon beat Ohio Northern 42-30. What else? John Carroll beat up on Capital 49-14. Marietta beat Muskingum 35-7. Hanover beat Rose Holman 37-16. Augustana beat Elmhurst. Wittenberg won over Ohio Wesleyan. Denison beat Worcester. Case Western really doing a dandy so far. They are undefeated. They are still ranked. And they are just cruising along, aren't they? They are 5-0. Now let's go to part 2 of Tommy's picks. Maryland lost to Yeah, they did lose to Northwestern. Golly, I was losing my train of thought for some odd reason. What I will not be losing is the pick for Arizona State beating Utah because that was my upset of the week. Yes, sirree. It was a 27-19 win. Alabama squeaks out a 2-point win over South Carolina. Iowa beat Washington 40-16. Wisconsin beat Rutgers 42-7. And Texas in the Red River Showdown really easily beat Oklahoma. My goodness, 34-3. Texas proving that they are number one for a reason. Penn State had to go to overtime to beat USC. Dear Lord, an unranked USC team 33-30. And Notre Dame down Stanford 49-7. Pitt beat Cal 17-15. Illinois beat Purdue 50-49. BYU beat Arizona 41-19. Georgia beat Mississippi State. Tennessee barely got by Florida. A school that's been starting to catch a little bit of a hot streak lately. They almost upset number 8 in the country, but they made Tennessee fall down 3 spots, I believe. But anyways, Tennessee still survived. Oregon beat Ohio State because Will Howard took a slide, and I don't know what was going on with the Buckeyes on that last series of events, but obviously it didn't work because the Ducks won. And Dan Lanning's all happy, I can only assume, as LSU has to be happy as well. 29-26 over Ole Miss. Boise beat Hawaii 28-7. Boise might make the playoffs. In the National Football League, Thursday night, 49ers beat the Seahawks. Bears beat Sucksonville 35-16. Ravens beat the Commies 30-23. Packers beat the Cardinals 34-13. Texans won Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield. My goodness, they are doing phenomenal. 51-27. And the Eagles beat the Browns because Browns fans can't have anything good in life unless you consider the new Brook Park Stadium that was just announced today good. I hope it will be good. Colts beat the Titans 2017. Chargers beat the Broncos. Steelers over the Raiders. Falcons beat Panthers. Lions beat up on the Cowboys. And wowee. They lost Aiden Hutchinson, however, for the season. That ain't a good sight to see. Bengals, 17, Giants 7, Bills, 23, Jets 20. Now for the moment you've all been waiting for, Tommy's Picks. Yes, sirree. Part 1 and 2. High school football, Highland against Cuyahoga Falls. This is too easy. Too easy. Got to go with the Hornets. No way we lose. Wadsworth against Solon. Going to go with the Grizzlies. They'll go 9-0. Shaker Heights will upset Medina. Even though both teams are 2-6, I think Medina is a stronger team. So I'm going with Shaker Heights as my upset. Mentor against Strongsville. Going with Mentor. Walsh will beat Brunswick. They'll be 9-0. Just like Highland and Wadsworth and Mentor. And Benedictine going to be 7-2 when they beat Brush. North Ridgeville against Avon Lake. Going with North Ridgeville. Olmsted Falls will beat Berea Mid Park. And Ordonia will beat Stowe. Brecksville against Twinsburg. Gotta go with the Bees. Gonna say Devils beat the Rough Riders. Blue Devils beat the Rough Riders, excuse me. Greenman will beat Barberton. Copley will beat Revere. And one of the biggest rivalries out there, folks, in Summit County. Avon against Amherst. Gotta go Eagles. Pirates will beat the Bucks. Colts over Woodridge. Here's something weird. Tuesday night. Now, one of the games got postponed due to threats, I believe, which is never a good sight to see. So Clearview will play Keystone on Tuesday night. Gotta go with the Wildcats. Cleveland Heights will beat Euclid. Hudson over North Royalton. And Riverside will beat Mayfield. Time for D3 football. St. John's will beat Carleton. And Mountain Union will probably destroy Heidelberg. And Oshkosh will upset Platteville. And Endicott will be my walk of the week over New England. Morrisville State will beat Utica. The Cardinals, the Catholic, will beat Lycoming. And, of course, there will be, what else? Bowdoin against Wesleyan, going with Bowdoin. Westminster against Albion, picking the Westminster Titans, even though Albion's pretty good. Wait, no. Westminster against, I don't know, actually. But I do know Alma's playing Albion. So I think they're both Albions. One in Michigan, one in Pennsylvania. Excuse me. I apologize. Regardless, both Albions will lose. Wittenberg will beat Kenyon. Wabash will beat Hiram. ONU will beat Capital. Mount St. Joe's. The Lions will beat Bluffton. Who else? Wilmington against Sourabine. Good Lord, someone's got to win that game. Both teams are 0-5. Dear, oh, ye gods is right. My goodness, they're halfway to a winless season, but for one of those schools, that will end on Saturday, and I think that one school will be Wilmington. John Carroll against Baldwin Wallace, my Yellow Jackets, in the last Cuyahoga Gold Bowl Trophy game. I'd love to win it, but I have a bad feeling about this. Probably going Carroll. I hate to say it, prove me wrong. Please prove me wrong. I'd be open to be wrong, especially in this case scenario, but Carroll's had our number for a long time. What else? Coe will beat Nebraska Wesleyan. Adrian over Calvin. And Randolph-Macon over Everett. FBS football time. Yes, sir. Boston College will beat Virginia Tech tonight. Duke is my lock of the week because Florida State has become the laughingstock of all of Division 1A or FBS football this year. How did that happen? I don't know. I do know Louisville will be my upset of the week over Miami. And Indiana will beat Nebraska. Arizona State over Cincinnati. Tennessee against Alabama. Tennessee and Alabama both struggling in their last 2 weeks. Someone's got to win that game. I think Tennessee will. Notre Dame will beat Georgia Tech. Illinois will continue their hot start by beating Michigan because Michigan's without their buddy Connor Stallions. Colorado over Arizona. OSU over Arkansas. Big game, SEC on ABC. Texas, number 1 in the country. Georgia, number 5. I can honestly see Georgia winning. Just that Texas is a bit of a tougher team, and they beat up on Oklahoma last week. West Virginia will upset Kansas State. Iowa over Michigan State. Florida will bounce back with a win over Kentucky. Oregon State over UNLV. And Utah over TCU. Now it's time for the NFL. First, you have the Saints against the Broncos. Going to go with the Broncos. Suxtonville against the Patriots. Got to go with the Patriots, even though someone's got to win that. It's Tank Bowl, folks. Seahawks will beat the Falcons. Bills, Titans. I'm going Buffalo. Bengals will beat the good old Cleveland Browns because they're not good. It's a shame. It really is. I see the Green Bay Packers as the upset of the week over the Texans. Colts will beat the Fins. Lions will end the Vikings' undefeated season in Minnesota, of all places, too. Eagles over the Giants. Rams will beat the Raiders. Commies over the Panthers. Chiefs and 49ers in a Super Bowl rematch. I'm going Kansas City. They'll keep their undefeated season alive. Lock of the week is going to be Sunday night. I know folks are going to go there. Some folks from BW that are going to Acrisure Stadium, Heinz Field for that. Steelers will beat up on the Jets. That will not be close, considering what the Steelers did last week to the Raiders. But Russell Wilson is quarterback. Justin Fields is sitting on down. We'll see what happens. I'm a little surprised by that, folks. Monday night doubleheader. Ravens will beat the Buccaneers and the Chargers will beat the Cardinals. Well, folks, I can't believe it, but the Tommy Maroon Sports Show is almost over. I got to tell you something, folks. WHBW is your what's up for all things Highland and Baldwin Wallace. Let me pull up my YouTube channel. Shall I? Yes, I shall. I'm at 630 subscribers, which is not too shabby. I'm looking at right here, if I can find something. It's going to be very exciting because, well, I don't know. We got volleyball tomorrow. Or tonight, tonight. Against Akron North. The tournament is underway. If we lose Akron North, not only would that be super embarrassing, but the season would also be over. Tomorrow, of course, we'll be traveling to Cuyahoga Falls to take on the Black Tigers. If we lose the Black Tigers, not only would that end our perfect season, but it'd also be embarrassing as well. And then Saturday, we're doing the last Cuyahoga Gold Bowl Trophy game against John Carroll, so be sure to subscribe. I have it pulled up right here. You see it, folks? It's your one-stop for all things Highland and Baldwin Wallace, so I'd subscribe to it if I were you. But that's just me speaking. We'll see if it happens or whatnot. Anyways, enough of that, enough of me talking, because I'm Tommy Maroon thanking you for watching. Have a good one, folks.
You are watching WCTV, Wadsworth Community Television.